All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is 3 a.m. Eastern Time, about 5 hours removed since the Tampa Bay Lightning won the scripted Stanley Cup, as predicted in Game 6 over the Dallas Stars. So, what I'm going to show you in the video is exactly how perfectly scripted this was. And in case you're new here, I'm going to educate you on the language of gematria. Gematria is the ancient practice of coding letters into numbers. It comes from Kabbalah. In Kabbalah's Book of Formation, it talks about how God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. What you're looking at here is the Gematria website. This is called gematrinator.com. This is an easy calculator to be able to look at and understand the four base ciphers of gematria. So this cipher right here is what's called English ordinal. This is the easiest cipher to understand, where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, up to Z is 26. The reverse alphabetic order, known here as reverse ordinal, where Z is 1, Y is 2, X is 3, up to A is 26. Then the full reduction ciphers, which are the alphabetic order and the reverse alphabetic order, only with the rules of numerology. So in this cipher, it's A through Z. The only difference is when you get to J, the 10th letter, it makes J 1, because 1 plus 0 is 1. S, the 19th letter, 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. Z, the 26th letter, 2 plus 6 is 8. You're breaking every letter down to a single digit. And then the same with the reverse. These are known as the four base ciphers, and you need to know all four in order to see the totality of the ritual. Now, in this presentation, I'm also going to talk about the septenary cipher, which is a cipher that deals with the number 7. It goes up to 7, down to 1, back up to 7, back down to 1. The reason that matters is because G is the 7th letter of the alphabet. Think about the big G on the Masonic square and compass. So without further ado, we're going to get into this. The Tampa Bay Lightning, as I predicted, won the Stanley Cup in Game 6, September 28th, 2020, by a score of 2-0. And as I always talk about, it is the Jesuit order who controls the world of rigged sports. And the Lightning finished this year's playoffs with an 18-7 record, like Society of Jesus is 187. The Society of Jesus and the Jesuit order are the same group of people. They're just two different names for the same thing. So I want you to see how the Stars finished the playoffs this year with 15 playoff wins. And notice how Tampa sums to 15. The Lightning were established December 16th, 1991, the day leaving 15 days left in the year. The Stars scored 15 goals in this year's Stanley Cup final. So as I've said a million times before, this was the 103rd season of the NHL. That's the 27th prime number. Notice how Dallas Stars is 27. It's their 27th season since relocating from Minnesota. The last time the Stars and Lightning played prior to the Stanley Cup final was the 27th day of the year. The Dallas Cowboys won the 27th Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers won their only Super Bowl 37, in their 27th season. The Buccaneers are hosting the upcoming Super Bowl on 2/7. The Dallas Stars, as I predicted, would win 2 games over the Lightning, giving them their 27th all-time victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning, which they got. So the Stars advanced to the Stanley Cup by defeating the Vegas Golden Knights. Notice how Vegas Golden Knights sums to 199. The date written 19/9 like 199 is September 19th. That's the day leaving 103 days left in the year. Another reason why I predicted that the Stars would beat the Golden Knights 4-1, which they did. So to show you how scripted this was, notice the Dallas Stars entered the Stanley Cup final in the 103rd season of the NHL with 103 all-time playoff wins and 91 losses. Notice how they got their 15th all-time playoff series loss, like how Tampa's 15, like how the Lightning were established in the day leaving 15 days left in the year, like how the Stars scored 15 goals in the Stanley Cup final. So notice how the 91 losses, they entered the Stanley Cup final with 91 losses. The Tampa Bay Lightning won 4 games, giving them 91 all-time playoff wins. Like how Stanley Cup Finals is 91, Tampa Bay Lightning is 91. From the date the Lightning advanced to the Stanley Cup, September 17th, to Pope Francis' upcoming birthday is 91 days. We're going to touch a little bit more on Pope Francis, the first publicly Jesuit pope. Notice how 91 is the 13th triangular number. Dallas is 13. They were in Super Bowl 13. Triangular numbers mean when you add 1 through 13 together, it sums to 91. So, NHL.com just recently updated this. Notice how the Lightning got their 18th all-time playoff series win. Dallas Stars is 171. That's the 18th triangular number. I'm going to touch a little bit more on that. Notice they have 91 wins and 71 losses, like how Stanley Cup Finals is 91. Dallas, Texas is 71. If you watched my prior videos, I talked about how Anthony Cirelli, number 71, scored the goal in Game 6 to clinch the series versus the New York Islanders to send the Lightning to the Stanley Cup Final. His birthday is July 15th. That's the day leaving 197 days left in the year, like how Stanley Cup Finals is 197. So, notice how the Dallas Stars now have 105 wins and 95 losses. 95, that's a big Jesuit number. The Jesuits were created in order to counter the 95 thesis. And I want you to see how the Lightning, when they won Game 6 2-0, the 2 players that scored the goals for Tampa Bay were Braden Point and Blake Coleman. They have birthdays 105 days apart. Coleman was born November 28th, while Point was born March 13th. Those birthdays being 105 days apart is symbolic because it kept Dallas in 105 all-time playoff wins. Stars is 14. They fell to 1-4 in the Stanley Cup Finals, something I pointed out before the series began. So, as I've said many times, the entire season was foretold. June 2nd, 2020, that was the date the mainstream media told us about Tropical Storm Cristobal. And I want you to see how Tropical Storm is 62, Stanley Cup Finals is 62, Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 62, Buccaneers alone is 62. We got this story on 6/2. The date the NHL suspended play, March 12th, 2020, I told people to circle June 2nd on the calendar, 6/2, because we were going to get a ritual that was going to foreshadow the Stanley Cup Finals. Sure enough, on 6/2, we got the story of Tropical Storm Cristobal. So from 6/2 to the start of the Stanley Cup Finals is 109 days, like how Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 109. Tampa Bay's hosting the upcoming Super Bowl on 2/7. So from June 2nd to the date the Lightning clinched was 118 days. Dallas, Texas is 118. I guess I didn't put that up here, but we'll touch more on that. That's another reason why I expected the Stars to get closed out on that date. So when you run the alphabetic order, notice Tropical Storm is 179 like Tampa Bay Lightning. That's why I said June 2nd we were going to see the Lightning win the Stanley Cup. They had 73 all-time playoff wins entering the playoffs. 73 plus 16 or plus 18 is 91. They had won the 2 games in the preliminary round that counted toward their 16 total in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So notice Buccaneers is also 179 like Dallas, Texas. So we got a major clue on October 18th. October 18th, this was the date of Event 201. If you don't know what Event 201 was, it was a coronavirus outbreak simulation done by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Johns Hopkins University, and the World Health Organization, where they simulated a global pandemic that will kill 65 million people over the course of 18 months. Of course, event 201 was when Melinda Gates' 65th day of her age. Bill and Melinda Gates were married 65 days after Bill Gates' birthday. On March 5th, the 65th day of the year, they reported 65,000 cases in the United States. The word pandemic, 65. George Floyd's also 65. We're going to get to that. Braden Point, like I talked about before, he has the March 13th birthday, 3/13. 313 is the 65th prime number. But I want you to see how on this date the Dallas Stars and the Pittsburgh Penguins played in a game. And notice how the Pittsburgh Penguins became 6-2 on the season. And these are the two most 103 teams in the league. We already talked about it, 103, the 27th prime number. We talked about all the 27s with the Dallas Stars. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is also 103 in the most pure cipher. Now, April 12th, because this is a leap year, April 12th, 412, that becomes the 103rd day of the year. 103 or 412 is the Pittsburgh area code. So notice how the Penguins won this game 4-2, like how the Tampa Bay Lightning won the series 4-2. Again, predictive programming, perfect foreshadowing. The Stars became 1-7-1 in this game, like how Dallas Stars was 171, and Tampa Bay got their 18th all-time playoff series win by beating the Stars in the Stanley Cup when 171 is the 18th triangular number. So Steve Munchin is also 171. We're going to get to him. His birthday synced perfectly with the Stanley Cup. So this is something I pointed out before the series began. I talked about why Tampa was going to win in Game 6 because it was 347 days from event 201 of October 18th. 347 matters because that's the 69th prime number. We're going to talk a lot more about the number 69. Now, from event 201 to the start of the Stanley Cup Finals was 337 days, which is the 68th prime number. Like how Denis Guranov is 68, Cirelli is 68. Remember, it was Denis Guranov and Anthony Cirelli who scored the overtime goals in games 5 and 6, respectively, to send the Stars and Lightning to the Stanley Cup Finals, to the championship. Championship is also 68. So Dale Hawerchuk, he was murdered for the Stanley Cup Finals. We're going to get to what a sick joke this is. If you watch my prior videos, you know all about this already. So Dale Hawerchuk, he was murdered on August 18th on the 136th day of his age, like how Stanley Cup is 136. He was dead at age 57. Dale Hawerchuk, 57. August 18th is the 231st day of the year, like how Dale Hawerchuk's 231, George Perry Floyd's 231. So, from August 18th to the date Dallas clinched the Stanley Cup Finals was a span of 27 days. September 14th was the date Dallas eliminated Vegas to advance. The Lightning and Stars both began the playoffs on August 3rd. From that date to the date the Lightning concluded the Stanley Cup by winning their second championship was 57 days. Another reason why I said the Lightning would win it in Game 6. And that matters because Stanley Cup Finals is 57, NBA Finals is 57, World Series is 57. When you write out the word 57, it's 131, like Super Bowl, like championship. So when Dallas won Super Bowl 27, it was on January 31st. Now, I want you to see how from when the Dallas Cowboys won Super Bowl 27 to when the Buccaneers won Super Bowl 37 in their 27th season, it was exactly 521 weeks. From May 21st, the date written 5/21, to the date the Lightning won the Cup was exactly 131 days. Perfect script. Now, there's something very interesting here between the number 521 and the upcoming Super Bowl. I'm going to make a separate video on this, but there's something very interesting about this number. So, The Lightning, when they won the Cup yesterday, September 28th, it's about 3:15 in the morning on the 29th. But anyway, from September 28th to April 4th, that would have been Howard Chuck's upcoming birthday, would be a span of 188 days, like the date he was murdered, 18/8, a lot like 188. And notice Bavarian Illuminati's 188. When you add up the United States currency, the $1 bill, the $2 bill, the 5, the 10, the 20, the 50, and the 100, it sums to 188. This cipher, English ordinal, where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26, this cipher is on your currency. Take any bill out of your wallet right now and look on the front. You'll see things like B2, A1, V22, R18, N14. You'll see that. You'll see gematria on your currency. That's how relevant it is. The Bavarian Illuminati, they're part of the Jesuit Empire. They're all in bed together. So remember, the last time the Stars and Lightning played was January 27th. 1/27, like how Bavarian Illuminati's 127. So from Howard Chuck's 57th birthday to the date the Lightning won the Cup was 177 days, like the Jesuit order. So we're going to move into Sean King, the leader of Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter has everything to do with the Stanley Cup Finals this year, just like the death of Dale Howard Chuck, the coronavirus pause. It all had to do. It's all perfectly synced up with the Stanley Cup Finals. So Sean King, the leader of Black Lives Matter, notice he has the 17/9 birthday. His full name sums to 17, 179. 179 is the 41st prime number, like how King is 41. He's now 41 years old. The Tampa Bay Lightning advanced to the Stanley Cup on 17/9, as predicted. So I want you to see how the Tampa Bay Lightning, they sum to 80 in the most pure cipher. So does Bavarian Illuminati. So does We Skate for Equality. So does Jeffrey Sean King. The reason 80 matters is Pope Francis' birthday is December 17th. From the date the Lightning won the Cup to his upcoming birthday is 80 days. Remember, Pope Francis is the first publicly Jesuit pope. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, his full name, sums to 201. The founder of the Jesuits, Ignatius of Loyola, sums to 201. The Jesuit orders 201. Pope Francis lives in apartment 201. We're talking about event 201, plus a whole lot more. So from Howard Chuck's death to the upcoming Super Bowl hosted by Tampa Bay, notice it's 173 days, like Black Lives Matter. Sean King is the leader of Black Lives Matter. So the death of George Floyd, you got to ask yourself, is this even really a real photo? Looks more like two people posing. But anyway, notice George Floyd was supposedly killed on the 225th day of his age. Don't forget that on June 2nd, we had the social media phenomenon called Blackout Tuesday. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everybody uploaded a blank black photo. Blackout Tuesdays, 225, like how George Floyd killed on the 225th day of his age. We're going to elaborate a heck of a lot more on the number 225. So one day after George Floyd's death, the Church of Minnesota paid $22.5 million to families of little boys it had raped. 3 days before was May 22nd, the date written 22/5. Steve Munchin, the Skull and Bones Jew, announced that the Federal Reserve would not reveal the $20 Harriet Tubman bill. George Floyd was supposedly arrested and then killed after trying to pay with a counterfeit $20 bill. Keep in mind the Dallas Stars are originally from Minnesota. So on the date 22/5, May 22nd, the Tampa Bay Lightning launched a Stick to Kindness campaign, a digital community effort aimed at fostering love, positivity, and understanding, while also serving as a reminder to be kind to yourself and to others, even when it can be hard sometimes. That sentence isn't even really grammatically correct. But anyway, notice on the date written 22/5, they launched the Stick to Kindness campaign. What's interesting about that is that Tampa, I should say, they're home of the 813 area code. The 813 is the 225th the 225th day of the year, August 13th, the date written 813. Now, from 813 to Floyd's birthday was 62 days. Keep in mind the NHL, this is the 103rd NHL season. From the date written 10/3, October 3rd, that's the day leaving 89 days left in the year, like how this got 89 retweets. Area codes are very huge. I'm here in Pittsburgh. You'd be amazed at how many rituals go on with the Pirates, Penguins, and Steelers in relation to the number 412. Tampa Bay 813. We're going to get to Dallas. We're going to talk about the Stars and their 214 area code and how that's perfectly synced with the Stanley Cup. So here's Steve Munchin. Notice he's got the December 21st birthday and he's 57 years old. So from his December 21st birthday to the date the NHL resumed play was 225 days. From August 13th, 8/13, to December 21st was 131 days. Again, Munchin has his birthday perfectly synced because Steve Munchin announced on 22/5 that they would not be revealing the $20 Harriet Tubman bill. And of course, George Floyd was trying to pay with a counterfeit $20 bill. Harriet Tubman is on the $20 bill. So, January 27th, this was the last time the Stars and Lightning played. Notice this game ended 2-3, like how the Lightning were the second seed out of the Eastern Conference. Dallas was the third seed out of the Western Conference. The two teams combined for how many wins? 57 wins in the season. The two games the Stars and Lightning played this year, Tampa Bay was outscored 5-7. Again, 57-131, the two championship numbers. So from January 27th to George Floyd's death was 119 days, or a total span of 120. For those of you that have trouble understanding that, think about it this way. Today's September 29th. So from September 29th to September 29th is how many days? 0, right? But September 29th is still a total span of 1 day. So from September 29th to September 29th is 0 days, but it's a total span of 1 day. So if you had trouble understanding the difference between this, hopefully I cleared that up for you. So from May 22nd to the start of the Stanley Cup Finals was also 120 days, like how Dale Hawerchuk's 120, George Floyd is 119. You see how they sync this stuff up? Letters, numbers, dates in the calendar. So getting back to the number 225 and the date January 27th, notice how on this date the Dallas Mavericks won with 204 combined points over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, May 22nd, that's the 223rd day, or the day leaving 223 days left in the year. Now Dale Hawerchuk, he dropped dead. I guess I didn't put that up here, but from Hawerchuk's, from the date of this game, or from May 22nd to Hawerchuk's death was 88 days. I got tongue-tied for a second. But from May 22nd to Hawerchuk's death was 88 days, like how Oklahoma City Thunder is 88. May 22nd is the day leaving 223 days left in the year, like Oklahoma City Thunder. 223 is the 48th prime number. That's another number that connects to the Illuminati. So this game summed to 204 points. Notice how from January 27th to Hawerchuk's death is 204 days, like how National Hockey League is 204. That's why we're getting our channels deleted and getting strikes for exposing this stuff, because there's no way that any human being with any kind of brain cell in their mind can discredit what we're showing here. It's undeniable. So getting back to Super Bowl 37, notice how the Raiders lost to fall to 13-6, like how Stanley Cup is 136. My favorite 136 ritual in the Stanley Cup Finals was in the 2017 Finals, when I guaranteed before the playoffs, or before the season began, it would be Penguins over Predators. They would win 4-2 after January 31st when they beat Nashville 4-2 in a game. I guaranteed they'd win the series 4-2. And then lo and behold, the Penguins won Game 6 to clinch the series 4-2, 2-0. They scored the first goal with 1:36 left in the game, then scored the empty net goal with 13.6 seconds left. So this game was played January 26, 2003. We're going to get to that, but remember, it's the 103rd season of the NHL. We talk all about the number 27. Remember, Dallas Stars is 27. The Lightning are in their 27th season of play, but their 28th overall season. Like how when the Buccaneers won this game, it was their 27th season. Notice Dallas Stars is 27, Dallas, Texas 28. So the NHL season resumed on August 1st, 8/1, like how Super Bowl XXXVII is 81. Dallas Stars is also 81. August 1st, because it's a leap year, becomes the 214th day of the year. Dallas is home of the 214 area code. The game was played on January 26th. Dallas Stars is 126. From Floyd's death to the death of the Dallas Stars, September 28th, was 126 days. That's how perfect they have it. So again, we're talking about Super Bowl 37, Buccaneers is 37, Stanley Cup is 37. On August 1st, the Texas Rangers, who are in the Dallas metropolitan area of Arlington, lost 3-7. They became 2-5 in the season, like how Tampa Bay is 25. Remember, the Oklahoma City Thunder went down with 97 points. That's the 25th prime number. So, George Floyd, dead May 25th. From his death to August 1st is 69 days. Like how Dale Hawerchuk is 69. George Perry Floyd is 69. Arizona Coyotes is 69. We're going to get to that. The Jesuit Order is also 69. So on January 27th, notice Super Bowls 27 and 37. They both summed to 69 points. Like I said, the last time the Stars and Lightning played was the 27th day of the year before the Stanley Cup Finals. From January 27th to February 22nd is 27 days. From George Floyd's birthday to February 22nd is 131 days. The reason that February 22nd matters is because on this date, the Tampa Bay Lightning lost 3-7 to the Arizona Coyotes. Remember, Dale Hawerchuk was drafted by and played the majority of his career with the original Winnipeg Jets, who are now the Arizona Coyotes. So moving on to Jarome Iginla, the black NHL player who was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Notice how he was inducted June 24th, a date written 24/6, like how Oakland Raiders is 246. They were the opponent of the Buccaneers in Super Bowl 37. On January 27th, when the Stars beat the Lightning, they picked up their 60th points of the season. Notice the most hateful word for black people is 60. Jarome Iginla is 60. Harriet Tubman is 60. Oakland Raiders is 60. Edmonton, Alberta is 60. Edmonton, Alberta was the host city for the NHL's Western Conference this year. It was also where Jarome Iginla was born. Black Lives Matter, also 60. So on January 14th, the Lightning got their 60th points of the season. And of course, they won their 28th game, right? Like how Dallas, Texas is 28. You got to love the fact that the Kings lost in a shootout to get their 41st points of the season. Remember, King sums the 41. Sean King's 41 years old with the 17/9 birthday. Jarome Iginla's full name is also 225. This is actually his full name. So it couldn't be any more scripted. So congratulations to everybody who won big money this year on the Stanley Cup. Hopefully you guys took advantage of this, man. Again, called this all before the season began, so pretty easy to see. I'm going to link my PayPal in the description, and for those of you saying I'm going to tip you for the great job you did, I'm going to find out whether or not you're fronting or if you're just, or if you're serious. Are you just here for the money or are you really thankful? Again, this is what we need to expose. This is how it's done every single year, every single day. Everything is perfectly scripted by the numbers. Again, watch all my prior videos. I talk all about. Oh, that's a garbage truck coming in here. It's early in the morning. I thought somebody was, the world we live in, right? Everybody, oh, he must be doing something illegal. But if this blows your mind, you just got to learn the code and understand this is how it's done every single day. So congratulations to all the winners, and all the haters can kick all kind of rocks. Till next time.